Hi guys, welcome to a new cooking video by moi. I'm gonna start like always. I'm gonna show you guys my ingredients. Here I have the red onions. It is red. You could use the normal onion as well, but I chose to use the red one because I'm gonna make beef or lamb curry and I want everything to be as colorful as it could be, and I feel like the white onions just don't add that color. I needed more color. So here we have the spring onion, which is green. I have my garlic here. That one was wilding. I have my garlic here. Everything is chopped because if I chop it on video, it just takes too much time and I didn't feel like it. On the side, I have garlic powder. I put the powder because, you know, some people don't really have the garlic and some people prefer using the powder, because if you use this one, the real garlic, of course, when you're eating, sometimes you can feel it in your food and not everybody likes that, but I do. Here we have my ginger. It is dark brown because it was already pre-chopped and put in the fridge because I didn't want it to get spoiled too soon. And on this side we have the ginger powder as well. So those are the leaves. I forgot the names. I wanted to look it up, but I forgot. So anyway, these leaves, I use it just to add some, you know, extra taste to it. We have oil here. It doesn't really matter what kind of oil you use. And then I have some thyme, curry powder, and everything like is written like this because I live in Belgium, so it's Dutch. But like you can see, curry, obviously. You have some chili powder. This is optional. You don't have to use it. You can use normal red chili as well. It's optional. So if you like it a little spicy, you can add it. But not everybody likes it spicy, so like you don't have to. This is actually paprika, but in English it is red pepper. I don't have the real one. I need to go buy it, but you know, because of the corona, every time I get there it is sold. So I have the powder of it. I've always had it just in case that we didn't have the real one. So it's red pepper, but you know, powder. And then I have the turmeric powder. I will need this one as well for my recipe. This is beef broth, you know, but in here because there is a liquid form of it as well, but I prefer to have this one. And then the main ingredient, of course, is meat. This is lamb meat, but you could use beef as well. So I've never done it with chicken though, but this is lamb. The reason why it's red and brown is because I forgot to take it off yesterday for it to defrost. So I had to speed defrost it, and I did it by, you know, adding hot water to it. So that's why some parts turn brown and the inside, of course, is red. So that was everything that I need. And notice I don't use salt because I feel like I'm already using all those spices. I'm not trying to give you guys a heart attack by adding another, you know, salty thing to the food. So this will be just fine. So the first thing we're gonna start with is putting oil. Depending on the amount of meat you have, you might want to add more oil. So I'm just gonna make sure that my whole pot is covered. Not adding too much, not adding too small amount of oil, like that. You're gonna let it, you know, simmer down, let it get hotter, and then we're gonna go to the next step. So the first thing that we are going to saute is the onion. Obviously, I always start with onion first because onion takes the longer to actually tender down. So everybody has their way of cooking, but that's what I always do. And excuse my way of chopping the food, because girl, I could not be bothered to chop this onion. Okay, so you're just gonna put it down there, let it simmer a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead with the spring onion because I'm gonna let it all, you know, grill together. After I've done that, I'm gonna add my garlic and my garlic powder. Continue turning every time that you put another ingredient. Turn it, because I don't want the onions to be separated from the garlics and whatever. We don't want that. And then you're gonna add the rest, so the ginger and the powder of it. And you're just gonna continue mixing it. After I've done that, I'm gonna leave it in for at least 5 minutes. Then we'll go to the next step. So after 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of the chili. Don't forget that this is optional, so you don't have to do it unless you want to give your meat some kind of spicy touch. I'm just gonna add some. And then I'm gonna leave it for 2 minutes or so. So now that you can see everything is turning a little bit colorful, I'm gonna go ahead and add my dry thyme. I'm gonna use 2, teaspoons, of course. But you can add more. It depends on how much you're making. So this is 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and add another one. Those other ones falling into it, it is not that bad, We're black people, we don't really measure. I'm gonna slow down the fire though, because I don't want anything to burn. So after I've added that, I'm gonna do the same thing with my red pepper. Remember what I told you guys, I don't have the actual one, I have the powder one, because the other ones, I didn't have. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 teaspoons as well. When I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and take the turmeric powder, and I'm gonna go and do the same thing. So it doesn't matter to use the same spoon. So I'm just gonna go with half of it, because that was a little bit too much. Okay. And the last thing I'm gonna add is my curry powder. Curry and turmeric are not the same thing, so don't forget to, you can see the color already, it's not the same thing. So I'm gonna add 2. Woo! Damn! Okay, it's not working along today. That's all we're gonna add. And then we're gonna mingle it. Like you can see, it's getting browner. Keep mingling it. You don't want it to be one thing. You don't want it to be separate. Nothing is burning because the fire is not hot. Everything is beautifully brown. Even right now, I can already eat it. It smells so nice. So we're gonna cover this and let this cook for at least 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes, we're gonna go ahead and add in the meat. My meat is not seasoned, and that's normal. You do not have to season this meat because it's gonna be browning down with all the spices and everything that I've added in. Like you can see, I'm using a lot of meat because we are meat lovers over here. This is lamb meat, but you can use beef or any other meat but chicken, I think, because I've never made it with chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix the meat with the food. Make sure that your that the fire is still low. You don't want to be having a burned sauce, because as you can see, nothing is burned over here. Everything is going on smoothly. You add it to brown. I'm gonna let it mix. Meat has turned a little bit brown. Like you can see, there is nothing red anymore in here. I'm gonna go ahead and add my 2 beef cubes. You're just gonna put them out there because we're gonna add some water, so they're gonna mingle themselves. Then I'm gonna add the leaves. Obviously, don't forget them. And this is what I forgot to tell at the beginning. You use some tomato. You don't have to have a lot, but just if you, this is tomato paste or tomato puree. You don't have to have the other ones. You can use real tomato, I think, but I don't know how, you know, flavor that is. So I'm gonna get ahead and add 2 tablespoons of it. Or maybe I should have just taken a little smaller. And then what I'm gonna do now is add some water. Obviously, you cannot have a dish with no water. We're gonna add a lot of water. You might think it's a lot, but since the meat has not been cooked or, you know, has not been going through any kind of process, we need all of that. We need it to simmer down with the water. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it in for at least 1 hour. So like you guys can see, after 1 hour, well, I took longer than 1 hour. I took 1 hour and 10, obviously. The water has taken off. The water has now become the sauce. It smells good, it tastes good. If you don't want to have this much sauce, you can still leave it on the heat, but I would just put on a lower heat. But I think I'm gonna sit it out, and I think this is perfect because, you know, we're gonna eat it with rice and you need some sauce for your rice. So this is just a very simple dish, simply made, and it tastes good, nothing burned, and voila. So I thank you guys for sitting this one out with me, for following my recipe. Let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Let me know what could get better. Let me know how you made it, because I saw that sometimes it's easier, or it's, you know, better to make it with potatoes or carrots inside and you have one meal in once. But since I wanted to make it with rice today, I did not put no potatoes inside. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.